Well, my situation is I'm a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
I have adult children, but
Okay.
one of my adult children, she's 28 years old now, but
Mm-hmm.
when she was 8 months old, she had pneumococcus meningitis. So she's been mentally
Wow.
stable for 28 years.
Wow. Wow.
I've been her caregiver.
Okay.
Um, with that comes a lot. She had multiple physicians, specialists, services, and everything that I had to take care of by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Dad left once she became disabled. He was there when she was, fine because she was born healthy, but once she became disabled, he ran. So I did it all by myself with two
Uh-huh.
other kids, one older, one younger.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, they're adults now, but I'm still her caregiver now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but my situation is with all of that being on my shoulder, moving from one state to another to get better things for us. I also have family members that come to me a lot for a lot of, when I say everything, no matter what it is, from taxes to law to anything, it's a lot on me. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And um at first I wanted to complain, but then I started reading my Bible. I started reading different things, and I saw this video that said God doesn't put nothing on you that it's hard for you to bear. And then also that I may be the chosen one in the family, so they have to come to me. So I go ahead and take it, and I deal with it. But I noticed that it started to bring me down as a person, where I used to be, I went to school, I got my bachelor's, two masters, exercising, taking care of my daughter and everything. Then all of a sudden I just lost me. I
Yep.
don't I don't get up anymore to
Yep.
exercise. I
Yep.
don't
Mm-hmm.
go out, certain places
Mm-hmm.
anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I totally lost me. I want
Yep.
to get in a relationship, and it's like I'm making the bad choices in those relationships. So
Yes,
once
ma'am.
I started asking myself, I realized the power of my words. So I watch what I say. I realized the power of my thinking. So I don't, think certain things. But then I started to realize the power of my presence. And so when I realized that, I just had to remove myself. So I just ended last year, between September and December of last year, I ended a lot of things. I ended friendship, I ended relationships. I say it's time for me to get back to me, and I had to do it all by myself. I didn't even
Mm-hmm.
know you at that time. So when
Mm-hmm.
I started to do these things, and it's because the relationship I had, I thought about the beliefs, the attitude, the
Mm-hmm.
perspectives and all of that. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like it wasn't for me. So I was like, I'd rather be alone and then work on myself. And I started doing my own meditation until I ran until this lady, and not that far from me, maybe a 5-minute drive, she has the weekly guided meditation. So I've
Mm-hmm.
been doing that since December, got my blood pressure under control, finally started back working out,
Good.
and everything start to settle now. But
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, I guess, I'm afraid to get back into out there into the dating,
Mm-hmm.
because basically, even though I've been withdrawn, a lot of guys still been coming on to me, but I
Yeah.
basically been still turning them down because
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't there yet. Now
Mm-hmm.
that I see that I'm getting close, because I'm listening to you every week since I
Oh
can't remember
wow.
when I started watching you.
Wow. That's
So
awesome.
some of the things that you've been saying kind of align with the stuff that I was already thinking.
Sure. Yeah.
I was like, wow, I must be something right, because I'm
Good.
every second. So now
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting myself back into alignment, but I don't want to trigger anything and like move out too fast,
Yeah.
especially with my situation of me still being a caregiver to my daughter.
Yes.
They're
Yeah.
very protective of.
Yeah.
At the same
Um,
time, I don't want my family to think I'm like pushing them away, but
well,
I
your family's gonna be all right.
okay,
Let's just start there.
okay,
Your family's gonna be all right. You have, and this is a great exception to what I've taught and done videos on publicly, what I've talked to clients about privately. This is a great exception to what I've said publicly. Because typically, when we're dealing with adult kids, I tell clients all the time, they're adults, and you have to prioritize yourself first, with exceptions. And we have a child. that obviously needs your support, and let me just say this to you, kudos to you
Thank
for
you.
literally making the sacrifices necessary to be a lifetime parent, because parenting is a lifetime job.
It
So
is.
you're doing the right thing. And somebody put, I think it was Lakeisha, put up there, she's smiling even if she is as she explained, she has a beautiful heart. You can tell when people have a beautiful spirit. You can tell, which is part of the reason why, Miss Trina, people are attracted to you. Think metal detector on a beach. You probably heard me say this.
Okay. Yes. Oh, yes. I
When that,
remember.
when that metal detector is on the beach, and when you heal, you like the metal detector. Anything that has metal properties is going to stick to that pan. And this is why I tell people that are healing or that are thinking about getting out there, how do I know I'm there? Well, you can know by what you attract. And sometimes you ain't attracting good stuff. Sometimes you're attracting gold, sometimes you're attracting Coke bottles, bottle
Okay.
caps. They both have metal in them. But when we heal, we become magnetic and we do become attractive, polarizing in a positive way to other people. So that's normal.
Okay.
But you're doing the right thing because your child doesn't need your assistance and you're doing the right thing as a parent. So there's the exception here. Your
o-
child deserves your attention. I'm
Okay.
going to come back to that in a second. Your family, though, who knows you have spent a lifetime taking care of your child,
Right.
who still don't have the sense to figure it out on their own,
And it's not like they don't know because I taught them well.
they need
So,
boundaries.
okay.
Because here's the problem. And you ain't going to like this, Miss Trina. If you die tomorrow, they're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't let nobody guilt trip me. No grown, well-able, well-bodied person should be guilt tripping you. Because the reality is people figure out, Trina, what they want to figure out. If something were to happen to you tomorrow, all of this stuff that your family members are tugging on you about, they're going to figure it out.
Hmm.
So let's teach them early. Hey guys, I love y'all, you family. I'm not cutting y'all off, but listen, I got my hands full with my children and dealing with them with their challenges. And plus, I'm healing in a space where I might explore, maybe even date. I don't have time for stuff. If it's not really necessary, I need y'all to try to work to figure those things out so it can relieve me. Oh, you changing up. Well, then let them be like that. They'll be all right. I'm,
And
I'm so serious.
I'm pretty much here with all the time. The only time I really get out just to give me a relief. I love football. So every weekend during football season, my mom takes my daughter and that gives me a relief, just for 2 days, whether it's Saturday, Sunday, watch football, and then that's it. But other than that, year round, I'm here with my daughter.
Do your family give you the relief?
My mother does.
Okay, so
Oh,
they should actually be giving you more relief than you giving them assistance.
yeah, it's only my mother and my one of my younger brothers. But yeah, it's just other
They
than
all know your circumstances. They should be giving you more relief than you giving them assistance. Because from a help standpoint, their capacity is greater than yours. You're doing way more as one person than a
yes,
group of them are doing.
right.
No, you 20 ounces, they 50. And they looking at you saying, you ain't got no more water to pour? No.
And the main ones that really be down my throat is like, help, do this, do this, do this. It's the friends or the boyfriends. I'm like, no, I can't. I was
The
like, God,
boyfriends,
yeah. I'm speaking of over the years.
you have boyfriends that's still in that position, worrying you to death too when they know you got a full plate.
Yeah, they have. But I tell them I'm not doing that over my choosing. I'm not choosing you and my daughter. Hands down, is going to be my daughter.
Well, we don't choose children over boyfriends. Anyway, and I know a lot of people on this call don't like this, especially all of you knuckleheads that choose your boyfriend and girlfriends over your kids with no ring and no long-term commitment. You're crazy. And people don't like this because it's old-fashioned. I don't care. The
Yeah.
only time, and they're not going to like this either, Miss Trina, the only time you choose a man or a woman over your kids, when you get a ring. And there are going to be a lot of people that ain't healed enough on a level to even understand that. I'll never put nobody above my kid. That's fine. Let your kid sit in the front seat. Let your man or woman sit in the back seat. And then see how long that relationship works.
I
Go
remember.
ahead.
I remember that.
Go right
Mm.
ahead. I'm not going to go back and forth with people not on my mental, emotional, spiritual level. I'm not going to do it. So no, we don't put people above, we don't put boyfriend and girlfriends above our kids anyway. And you're going to know you got the right people when you're dating, when they honor the schedule you have with your kids. Date someone who's healed, and you're going to know that they're healed because they will never force you to adjust your time with your kids to have time with them. Never.
Well, that's what I learned when I started watching you. Before, I didn't understand why they kept saying, you're not that busy. You're not that busy all the time. You don't be doing this, working with your daughter all the time. I'm like, yes, I do. But when I started to listen to you and understand, I'm like, no, you're not healed then if you don't
Not
heal.
at all. Not at all. I'm not going to make no woman choose between me and her kid or kids. I'm not. If I date someone that's got kids and you got to take care of your kids, and we'll figure out time. And guess what? If we can't see each other for weeks, then that's just what it is.
What it is. But they try to guilt me on that. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
That's
So
all I'm saying. So you're doing the right thing. I want you to be careful healing. I won't say this to you, Ms. Trina. I want you to be careful healing, careful dating. And I want you to make sure from a mental and emotional standpoint, you are as stable as you possibly can be before you get out into that dating space. Because you have so much on your plate that if we do choose the wrong mate and we are not stable mentally and emotionally, this could take us a couple of steps backwards.
Yeah.
Right? I want you to be sure that you're in a good, stable place before you start dating. Because of everything you have on your plate. You're going to need someone not to necessarily come in and take the stress off your plate or take things off of your plate. You're taking care of your child.
Right.
Not for somebody to necessarily do that, but you do need someone to come into your life who is solid enough to understand the obligations that you have as a mother.
Yes.
And can give you support while you do it.
Right.
And that alone is the equivalent of people taking things off of your plate. I don't need people to come into my life and take nothing off my plate. Because most people I'll meet will never be able to do what I can do.
Okay.
What I need people to do is support me while I do what I do. Because your hand behind my back is better than you taking something off my plate.
Thank you. I needed that.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Because that's
Good.
what I need, that hand behind my back.
I think you have a beautiful spirit, sweetheart. There's no wonder men are falling all off of you. I think you have a beautiful spirit. And I believe parents that are good parents are absolutely attractive. I know it. When you a good daddy and a good mama, you fine. Because it's a different energy and spirit about you. So continue to prioritize what you're doing, but make them family members get in the back seat.
Okay. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. I hope to work with you in the future. I mean it.
Oh, no problem.
We're going to make it happen. Y'all, let's give it up for Miss Trina. That was awesome. Miss Trina, y'all. Listen, Miss Trina got me wanting to do a dating show. Miss Trina, there's got to be a healed man out here that would love Miss Trina. Beautiful woman, smart, great parent, take care of her kids, ain't run the street, understand priorities, healed. There's got to be a man out here that, hey, Doc, shoot me the digit. I'm trying to play matchmaker. I'm telling y'all, I'm a pilot a dating show. It's going to be virtual. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. Lord knows. I don't. I hope I don't tear nobody's life up. But I'm going to try my best. But there's got to be. I love it. When I'm in this space, I meet people that do this work, and they're beautiful spirits. And Miss Trina is certainly that. Right.
Listen, y'all, I hope this made sense. If it did, I want you to type church in the comments with 3 R's. And then I want you to remember you've got 2 jobs. 1, be better today than what you were yesterday. And 2, don't forget what I told you.